Hello again, welcome back, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we are looking at Strixhaven Bant Tokens. Well, what, 6 more sleeps? It's not very many. Strixhaven is on its way, and I've got an upgraded guide to the deck that we just played previously on the channel. It was out this morning, not 12 hours ago. It was live on YouTube. You can check that out. It's the upload before this one. Bant Tokens or Bant Midrange. It's an absolutely fantastic deck that revolves around token generation and then massive draws through multiple draw engines. We've got really cool new additions that take it from a pretty good deck to something that might actually be broken. We'll break it down for you guys, give you a sneak peek at what's to come, show you the goods, and hopefully on opening day, it performs as high as my expectations. Of course, if you guys do find any value within today's video, go ahead, leave a thumbs up down below. That's the greatest way to help support the channel. We're building our Strixhaven decks on Aether Hub for the pre-release event right now, so we do have access to them. That's quite neat. We're in gallery mode here. The deck costs a smooth $269 if you're looking to buy it in paper form, but I'm sure you already have many of these cards if you're looking to upgrade it. Just going to be a couple cards. So let's talk about the upgrades to the deck before anything, and then we'll run through the entire list for you guys. We have Double Major as our first new addition. Copy target creature spell you control, except it isn't a legendary if the spell is a legendary. This is amazing. There's a couple legendaries that we wouldn't mind copying. One of them being Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Another being Tanzir Quandrix. If you're unfamiliar with Tanzir Quandrix, this is a legendary creature Elder Dragon for 5 mana, 4 toughness, 4 power, flying and trample. Whenever it enters the battlefield, double the number of +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. And whenever it attacks, you may have the base power and toughness of all of the other creatures we control become equal to Tanzir's base power and toughness until the end of turn, which is absolutely broken because we'll be comboing that with the newly added Augmenter Pugilist. On the opposing side of this, we have the sorcery, and I'll have to back out of this for a second to see it. Of course, this is a 3/3 with trample, and as long as you control 8 or more lands, it's going to get +5/+5, and 8/8 with trample for 3 mana. Sure, okay, cool one, guys. Echoing equation on the other side for 5 mana, sorcery speed, choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of it until the end of turn, except those creatures aren't legendary if the chosen creature is legendary. So more of the same kind of, if it's legendary, doesn't matter, style shenanigans. And this is so amazing. I'm sure you can already see where we're going with this, but we make a ton of 1/1 spirits with flying via Clarion Spirit. And now this is where we shift from what's new in the deck to what's old in the deck. And we have it being a token deck, making tokens via the spirit for each second spell cast that turn, which is great. The CMC in the deck is incredibly low. Most of the deck is 1-drops, 2-drops. We have a few 3, a few 4, and just a couple 5 within the deck. So it's very easy to get Clarion Spirit to trigger almost every turn. One of my favorite playlines here is a turn 1 Jasperia Sentinel, turn 2 Spirit, then you tap the Spirit with the Sentinel, as it reads, tap the Sentinel plus another target creature we control to add 1 mana of any color, at which point we can cast another 1 CMC spell on top of the Spirit, whether it be the Shadow Spear, the Giant Killer, the Edgewall Innkeeper, Heart's Desire. That now triggers the Clarion Spirit. So turn 2, we have 4 creatures, which is absolutely amazing. And we just continue to do that time and time again. The Spirit is non-legendary, so we can stack it organically. Plus we have Double Major, which can clone it and make even more spirits. And then, every time we double cast, we're getting, not 1 spirit, but 2 spirits, potentially 3, 4, 5, if we do our job right. And then, you know, we do have Feladar's Retreat within the deck as well. Whenever you play a land, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and they gain Vigilance until the end of turn. It's going to make all those 1/1 spirits even bigger, even badder, which is absolutely amazing. And we can also make a 2/2 white cat token with that if we don't want the +1/+1 Vigilance. We'll get to decide there, which is really, really nice. And, you know, coming full circle back to everything else, we will have the echoing equation. What was it called? I should. Oh, that's Toski. Wrong card. Oh, that's Toski again. There we go. Echoing equation. You know, choose a target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of it until the end of turn, except those creatures aren't legendary if the chosen creature is legendary. So we can make all of those creatures copies of Quandrix, which is absolutely insane. You know, if we had more mana, like if we had 7 mana or 6 mana potentially, and we cast this for 5 as the first spell, we made every single thing a Clarion Spirit, and then we cast something on top of it. Oh, we just like have so many spirits. It would be insane. And we can do the same thing with Toski. We could draw our entire library if we wanted through Toski, or we can, you know, have Quandrix. They're all 4/4s with trample, plus the +1/+1s will be included on some of them as well, right? So there's a lot of really cool things you can do there. Of course, we do have the adventure base that it's all built upon. The Edgewall Innkeeper, whenever you cast a creature spell with adventure, draw a card. Giant Killer is adventure, draw a card, plus removal through chop down for 3. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, right? We all know and love this. This was all in the deck this morning, so I don't want to get too into it. We can tap creatures with it as well. The Sentinel adds additional mana for us, which is great. The Double Major is brand new, whether you're copying the Spirit, whether you're copying, you know, even the Brazen Boar or a 3/1 with flying. Great thing to copy. The Pugilist and 8/8 with trample, sure, copy that as well. That's going to be absolutely amazing. You know, even Toski, if you really wanted lots of draws. So Double Major fits so well within the deck. Plus, it's a low CMC card, so you can use it as part of your double cast within the Clarion Spirit combo wombo technique that we want to utilize. We've dropped the Luminarch Aspirin from the deck entirely, and we're just running with Feladar's Retreat now. I feel that's far more important. Of course, we have the Fable Passages to trigger Feladar's Retreat. The Petty Theft is a nice tempo play, you know, similar to the Giant Killer's removal. It triggers Edgewall Innkeeper for the draw as well. All of our attacks trigger through Toski. If you're unfamiliar, a 4 CMC that can't be countered with Indestructible attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, which is going to be really nice for you guys. So it's all here, and it's all really, really looking quite oppressive, if you ask me. You know, it's not uncommon, because just like when we go into our ideal turn plays, on turn 2 we already have 4 creatures in play, right? Turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, it's not uncommon to have, you know, 10 creatures in play. And if you can have a Quandrix in play, and then, you know, equation onto everything, they all become the Quandrix, and you get a very big attack. I mean, you only need 5 of them for it to be lethal, right? So it's definitely a possibility for us to be going really wide, making them all, you know, those 4/4s, and then just hitting for lethal, right? Because yeah, I'm not sure how much I can really go on about this. If you've not watched the deck this morning, watch that video, right? It's really cool. It's really fun. Top 200 Mythic gameplay. And just imagine if we could turn every single one of our 1/1 tokens into a 4/4. And that's base power and toughness as well. So all of the Feladar's Retreats +1/+1 counters will remain. So, you know, maybe they're not even all 4/4s. They're going to be 5/5, 6/6, 7/7s with Vigilance, right? So, oh my gosh. Look out. Bant Tokens is definitely going to be a thing. And if it's not, I'm going to make it one. So I think this is it. We can do some simulation pulls if you guys are super interested. Of course, running the land totals here over 100 matches. 0 lands only 2% of the time. 1 land 17% of the time, and that's actually more than I would prefer. However, I'm always running lean. You guys know this. 2 lands 35% of the time. Decent. 3 lands 22%, and 4 lands 21. I never want to have more than 4, and I never want to have less than 2. So this is perfect for me because we do have the Sentinel, which can ramp for us as well. The CMC average, or the average mana value, is quite low as well. So we don't need a ton of land. If we get 2, we get 3 in play. We're fully operational. Once we get 4, we're kind of wiling out, and 5 is the point where we're playing Quandrix, right? We're playing the equation, and we're definitely winning the game with 5 mana. So that should be fine, right? And then we can get into, just some sample hands here as well for you guys. So we've got 3 land, which is great. We've got the 3/3s with trample that become 8/8s in hand, which is great. We have the Sentinel, which helps us get there sooner or progress from there later, which is great. And the Petty Theft to help interrupt anything. So that's a hand I would totally keep. Our next draw is a Shadow Spear, which can go on to really anything here. That's great for the life gain. Another land. Love Struck Beast. Boom. Shadow Spear target. And another that's great. Into an island. And I do love this draw. And then a Toski, and there's our draw engine with all those creatures in play. So loving that first one. Second draw hand here, 3 lands in hand. Perfect. We have Giant Killer for removal, Sentinel for ramp, Borrow for, that tempo bounce, and Quandrix for later on. Let's see how many lands it will take us to get to 5. Keep in mind, we can tap a creature with the Sentinel, the Giant Killer, for a land as well. So we really would only need 4. Can we get the next land? Boom. Right there. Fable Passage. Quandrix is already a viable option within the build, even at 5 land. Innkeeper, now we're getting draws. Plains, land. But Double Major's really cool because we can put it on the Quandrix, right? Edgewall Innkeeper, more draw. Love Struck Beast is good for those draws. And these Pugilists at this point would be 8/8s with trample, and I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm liking it. I'm just wondering if we need something like Snakeskin Veil to protect our goodies. That could be an option as we progress forward. Let's try another hand. Felidar Retreat plus 3 land. That's good enough for me. 2 Giant Killers. Hopefully we're playing against a stompy deck or a deck with big creatures. That would be cool. And we have the Quandrix as well. So I'm not mulliganing this. We've not mulliganed once. Oh, the Spirit. Hallelujah. Now we're popping off. And the Sentinel, love it. Forest, land. Love Struck Beast is cool. And the Pugilist, which is pretty cool as well. So we could, get Quandrix in play. We made a bunch of spirits, and then we turn them all into Quandrixes. So every single draw hand that we take with it, it's absolutely working out. So this deck, you guys, I love it. I'm definitely looking forward to playing this right out of the gate. I think it's going to be super, super competitive. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you change anything? Any new cards that would fit in the deck that I overlooked? Definitely let me know, because there are so many cards. It's hard to really get a grasp of everything. But, this is something. So let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for your time and attention. Make sure to watch more videos, support financially if you can. Partake in all of our community events and giveaways. There's a ton of free goodies going around, all of which can be found within our Linktree link in the description below. You can also Google Hello Good Game Linktree to easily find it, no matter what device you're on, wherever you're at, because I'll come up there. So enjoy, you guys. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon in the next video.